Hello, and welcome to Evergreen Health, your go-to channel for simple, science-backed tips to live a longer, healthier life. Today, we're diving into a fascinating secret straight from Japan, where some of the world's oldest people live vibrant, active lives well past 100 years old. The title says it all. Japanese oldest doctor, just eat these every day and you will live to 100. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? Can eating a few everyday foods really hold the key to a century of health? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not magic, but it's surprisingly simple and backed by decades of real-life experience. Dr. Shigeki Hinohara, Japan's oldest practicing doctor who lived to 105, didn't rely on expensive supplements or strict diets. Instead, he focused on a handful of foods and daily habits that kept his energy and mind sharp even in his 90s and beyond. But before we jump into the details, make sure to like this video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to Evergreen Health. Your support helps us create more valuable content that could change lives. Now, get ready to discover the 5 simple principles that anyone, anywhere, can start today to boost energy, digestion, and mental clarity after 60. No pills, no gimmicks, just real food and real wisdom. Stay tuned, because some of these tips might just surprise you and change how you think about health forever. Let's get started. Section 1. The Power of Moderation. Hara Hachi Bu. In the U.S., many of us grew up being told to clean our plates. Don't waste food. And often, bigger portions mean better value. But this habit of eating until you're stuffed can actually hurt your health over time. In Okinawa, Japan, a place known for some of the longest living people on Earth, they follow a simple rule called Hara Hachi Bu, which means eating until you're about 80% full. The goal isn't to feel stuffed or uncomfortable, but to stop when you're just satisfied. Why is this so important? Eating too much puts extra stress on your body, especially your digestive system, and leads to inflammation and oxidative stress. These are key factors behind chronic health problems like heart disease, diabetes, and memory issues. Take a moment and ask yourself, how often do you keep eating even after you're full, just because the food is there or out of habit? Do you notice feeling tired or bloated after meals? What if simply eating a little less could give you more energy and better digestion? Here's a real-life example. Helen is 68 years old and grew up always finishing everything on her plate. Over the years, she noticed she'd get tired in the afternoons, feel bloated, and have trouble sleeping. After hearing about Hara Hachi Bu, she decided to try it. Helen started eating slower, putting her fork down between bites, and stopping when she felt about 70–80% full. At first, it felt strange leaving food on her plate, but soon she felt lighter, had less bloating, and her sleep improved. She also found herself enjoying meals more, really tasting her food and appreciating it. If you're a senior, maybe you've felt that heavy, uncomfortable feeling after eating too much, issues with digestion or heartburn, low energy after meals. If so, this practice could help you feel better. From my experience as a doctor, I've seen many patients benefit from eating smaller portions. It's not about starving yourself. It's about listening to your body and respecting what it needs. Many report feeling sharper mentally, more balanced emotionally, and having better energy simply by eating less at each meal. Another story comes from Mr. Johnson, 74, who was dealing with prediabetes and constant fatigue. His meals were large and often ended with sweets. After learning to eat only until he was 80% full, he started paying closer attention to his hunger signals. A few months later, he had lost some weight, his sugar cravings dropped, and he had more energy throughout the day. Now I want to ask you, what challenges do you think you might face if you try to stop eating before you're completely full? How might your family or friends react if you don't finish your plate? What's one small thing you can do at your next meal to start eating more mindfully? Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Start by slowing down. Put your fork down between bites. Halfway through your meal, pause and ask yourself, am I still hungry, or am I just eating because I'm used to it? Try this at your next meal. Eat slowly, take deep breaths, and stop when you feel satisfied, not stuffed. See how your body feels afterward. You might be surprised by the boost in digestion and energy. Section 2. Plant-based proteins. The unsung heroes of longevity. For a lot of seniors here in the US, when you think of protein, you probably think of meat, steak, chicken, maybe fish. Meat's often seen as the best way to get the protein you need, especially as you get older and want to keep your strength and muscle. But in Okinawa, Japan, a place famous for having some of the longest living people in the world, they get most of their protein from plants. Foods like tofu, miso, natto, and edamame are everyday staples for them. Why does this matter? These soy-based foods actually provide complete proteins, meaning they give your body all the essential building blocks it needs. Plus, they have special plant compounds called isoflavones that help reduce inflammation and support heart health. They're also packed with prebiotic fibers that feed the good bacteria in your gut, which is important for digestion and your immune system. Take a moment to think about this. How much of your protein right now comes from plants versus meat? Are you open to trying more plant-based options? What worries or questions do you have about eating soy or other plant proteins? Have you noticed any difference in how you feel after eating different types of protein? There's a lot of research showing the benefits of eating soy regularly. Studies have found that it helps lower bad LDL cholesterol, improves bone strength, and may even slow down memory loss, all things that matter as we age. Let me tell you about Frank, a 73-year-old guy I worked with. He was pretty skeptical about soy at first. He'd heard the usual rumors about soy messing with hormones, but after watching a documentary on Okinawa's longevity secrets, he decided to give it a shot. Twice a week, he started swapping out red meat for tofu in stir-fries with veggies like bok choy, garlic, and ginger. After just a few weeks, Frank noticed his blood pressure was down, his joint pain eased up, and he had more energy during the day. He even stopped feeling like he needed naps in the afternoon. If you're on the fence about plant proteins, ask yourself, what would make you feel more comfortable trying them? Would some easy recipes or meal ideas help you get started? What's your favorite veggie dish right now? How would you feel about replacing meat just once or twice a week with plant proteins? From what I've seen as a doctor, adding different types of protein to your diet helps lower inflammation and takes stress off your heart and kidneys. It's also easier on your digestion, which becomes more important as we get older. Here's a simple way to start. Try adding lentils, black beans, or tofu to your meals a couple times a week. They're easy to cook, taste great, and you don't have to give up meat. Just balance your plate better. One of my patients, Mrs. Garcia, 76, started making miso soup for breakfast every day. Something new for her. Within a month, she said she felt lighter and didn't have as many digestion problems. So, what's one plant-based protein you're willing to try this week? Maybe tofu in a stir-fry? A warm bowl of lentil soup? Or a handful of edamame for a snack? Remember, you don't need to change everything at once. Just try one small thing that feels good for you and see how it goes. Section 3. Fermented foods. Nature's probiotics. Fermented foods like miso soup, pickled veggies, and fermented seaweed aren't just tasty. They're packed with live probiotics and digestive enzymes that help keep your gut healthy. A balanced gut microbiome doesn't just improve digestion, it also boosts your immune system and lowers inflammation throughout your body, something that matters a lot as we get older. If you've dealt with issues like bloating, irregular digestion, or stomach discomfort, you're definitely not alone. These problems are pretty common as we age. The good news? Adding fermented foods to your diet can help in a natural, gentle way. Think about this. Have you ever tried eating fermented foods regularly? Do you experience bloating, gas, or stomach issues after eating? Have you taken probiotic supplements before? Did they help? What stopped you from trying fermented foods if you haven't yet? Let me share a story about Claire, who's 70. For years, she had digestive troubles, bloating, irregular digestion, and a poor appetite. She tried fiber supplements and probiotic pills, but nothing really worked. Then a friend gave her some real miso paste. She started having a warm cup of miso broth every morning. No big diet changes, no pills, just this simple habit. In just 2 weeks, her bloating disappeared, her energy got steadier, and her appetite normalized. Here's the key. Fermented foods deliver more than just probiotics. They bring a teamwork effect, live bacteria plus natural nutrients and enzymes that work together to support your gut and overall health. That's something probiotic pills often can't match. In my experience as a doctor, I've seen patients like Mr. Thompson, 75, who was skeptical about miso soup but gave it a try. After about a month, his chronic indigestion improved and his energy levels went up. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what's one small way you could add fermented foods to your daily routine? Would drinking a warm cup of miso soup in the morning or having some pickled veggies with dinner be doable? Are there any flavors or textures you're worried about? How might you start slow to see if fermented foods help your digestion? Remember, fermented foods don't just help your digestion. They boost your immune system and fight inflammation, which becomes more important as we age. If you haven't tried them yet, start simple. Mix a spoonful of miso in warm water or broth. Add a few slices of naturally fermented pickles, or try some sauerkraut or kimchi if you like a little kick. These foods could be the gentle boost your gut needs, without expensive supplements or complicated diets. Section 4. The Truth About Carbs. Embracing Japanese sweet potatoes. If you're like many seniors in the US, you've probably heard that carbs are the enemy. Cut them out to lose weight or control blood sugar. That's the common advice. But the truth is, not all carbs are created equal, and some can actually be great for your health as you age. Take Japanese sweet potatoes, a favorite food in Okinawa, home to some of the longest living people in the world. These sweet potatoes aren't just tasty and colorful. They're loaded with anthocyanins, antioxidants that protect your blood vessels and help fight the aging process at the cellular level. They're also high in fiber, which helps keep your blood sugar steady and supports digestion. Think about this. How do you feel about carbs? Are you avoiding all carbs or just certain kinds? Have you noticed how different carbs affect your energy or blood sugar? What's your favorite carb to eat? And have you tried sweet potatoes before? Do you worry about eating carbs because of blood sugar or weight concerns? Let me share a story about Paul, who's 69 and was pre-diabetic. Like a lot of people, he tried cutting out all starches, but he found his energy dipping and cravings getting worse. His dietitian suggested he try adding steamed Japanese sweet potatoes to his lunch. No frying, no sugar, just simple and healthy. After just a few weeks, Paul's energy lasted longer into the afternoon, his cravings calmed down, and his blood sugar became more stable. Here's the deal. Not all carbs cause blood sugar spikes or weight gain. Choosing low glycemic, nutrient-packed carbs like Japanese sweet potatoes can give your body steady energy and support heart and metabolic health. From what I've seen with my patients, when seniors swap out refined carbs or sugary foods for complex carbs like sweet potatoes, whole grains, or beans, their blood sugar control improves and inflammation decreases. Another patient, Mrs. Lee, 72, loved rice but struggled with blood sugar swings. After swapping white rice for steamed sweet potatoes a few times a week, she felt fuller longer and had fewer energy crashes. So think about this. What carbs do you eat most often? How do they make you feel? Would you consider swapping out some bread, pasta, or rice for nutrient-rich sweet potatoes? What's one small change you could make at your next meal to include healthier carbs? How might your energy or blood sugar improve if you made smarter carb choices? Remember, carbs don't have to be the enemy. The right carbs, like Japanese sweet potatoes, can be a delicious, heart-healthy part of your diet that keeps you energized and supports healthy aging. Try steaming or baking them plain, or adding a sprinkle of cinnamon or a little olive oil for extra flavor. These small swaps can add up to big health benefits. Section 5. The rhythm of life. Joy, movement, and mental engagement. Dr. Shigeki Hinohara, who lived to 105, didn't just focus on diet or medicine. His secret was living each day with joy and rhythm. He started his mornings with a simple bowl of miso soup, took daily walks, stayed curious about the world around him, and stayed connected to his community. He didn't obsess over every little detail. Instead, he respected his body, laughed often, and made sure to have fun. For many seniors, finding the right balance between joy, movement, and mental stimulation is just as important as watching what you eat or how much you exercise. Think about it. What small habits in your day bring you happiness or peace? How often do you get outside for a walk or some fresh air? Are there hobbies or activities that make you feel energized and connected? What do you do to take care of your mental and emotional health? Take Marie, 71, for example. She used to stress about every calorie and worry constantly about dieting, which left her feeling drained and unhappy. Once she stopped stressing and focused on simple pleasures, eating slower, taking morning walks, enjoying a quiet cup of tea in the afternoon, and gardening, her whole outlook changed. She had more energy, her mood lifted, and she felt more alive than she had in years. From my experience working with seniors, real health isn't just physical. It's about caring for your mind and spirit, too. When people find joy and balance, they often sleep better, feel less stressed, and sometimes even experience fewer chronic health problems. Here's another example. Mr. Davis, 78, struggled with loneliness and low motivation. After joining a local walking group and volunteering at a community center, he found a new sense of purpose. His physical health improved, but more importantly, his mental well-being soared. So ask yourself, what's one small, joyful habit you could add to your day? Could you take a short walk after meals or join a group or club that interests you? How might adding more laughter and fun improve your overall health? Remember, it's not about strict rules or being perfect. It's about creating a rhythm that fits your life, one filled with simple joys, gentle movement, and mental engagement. Try this. Tomorrow morning, take a slow, mindful walk outside. Notice what you see, hear, and smell. Smile at a neighbor or say hello to someone. Make time for something you love, even if it's small. These little things can add up to a healthier, happier life. Thanks so much for watching. If you found these tips inspiring and want to learn more simple, science-backed ways to boost your health and live your best life, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update from Evergreen Health. We've got plenty more videos coming your way. from nutrition secrets to easy lifestyle habits that can add years to your life and life to your years. And hey, if you have questions or want to share your own health journey, drop a comment below. I love hearing from you, and your story might just inspire someone else in our community. Remember, living healthier and longer isn't about drastic changes. It's about small steps every day. So, stay tuned, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next video.